the amount of movies coming out this year is a lot less than came out last year and the years before. Hollywood is running out of money. It's running out of money because it needs to sell tickets to people who don't want to go see their trash. This is the weird state we're in. It's kind of sad. And the majority of it has to do with these, DEI'P assassins. I coined that term right there. They put for the WGA. The WGA, they became their own worst enemy. But on their writers forum things that they have to sign up for, they have this checkbox thing that they've leaked online. And they have to fill out such a highly detailed list of human characteristics to determine if they're fit for jobs. And it's very, from a group of people, an ideology that claims to be anti-prejudice. It's very prejudiced, obviously, because it is judging people on the basis of what they are, not who they are. It's not judging you on the basis of your talents. It's judging on the basis of what you look like, your sexuality, just literal physical characteristics, your mental state, your disabilities, because everybody's conveniently on the autism spectrum now. That's the new hip thing. Everyone's autistic now. But, they have terms like trans-masculine, trans-feminine, whatever the hell that even means. They have the list of sexualities, and conveniently heterosexuality is all the way to the left because that's the bad one. They have all these different type of races. They have Latinx, which I, as a Latino man, despise that term. And everyone I know, my family, everyone who's Hispanic despises that term. That's a very ridiculous term that is of an ideology that all of Hispanic nations around the world do not prescribe to. This idea that, there's infinite genders. Genders, it means the same thing as sex. And there's only two genders. So an entire language that ends in O's and A's for male and female ways of speaking is not gonna play along with this Latinx bullshit, because that's gender theory stuff. So you look at this, you look at what they're stuck doing. Then you listen to guys like this guy from BlackRock right here.
You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year. And what we are doing internally is, if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted, okay?
We're doing the same thing.
And so it's just, you have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said.
He is talking about forcing companies to do that, and they invest in a lot of entertainment companies. So a lot of entertainment companies, there are many people who don't want to do this, many people behind the scenes that are trying to get out of it, but they have created a woke cyclone that they can't escape out of. It's like a goddamn DEI hurricane. And they're trapped there. Because mixed in with all the people who want to do it is just an army of people who don't know how to get out of this situation without losing their job. And you have these big corporate investors who are forcing them to do it against their will. So once upon a time, I thought this thing was coming to an end. And I realized it is so ingrained in the finances that I just can only see this happening when they just run out of money. And I just don't know when that's going to be, because they have a lot of money in Hollywood. But inevitably, it is going to come crashing down. It's not a matter of, if it was going to come crashing down. It's a matter of when it's going to come crashing down. So, yeah, it is insane that diversity, equity, inclusion, a general concept that most people are fine with, got pushed to such a degree, such overcorrection, that it led to the downfall of Hollywood. This is why I praise James Gunn. James Gunn is casting correctly. He's casting actors as an accurate depiction of what they are in the comics. And I'm like, this is how you do it. And you're going to watch them succeed. And it might be a significant turning point if they see the new DC, succeed where the other one failed by casting things and people correctly. So, anyways, what are your thoughts on the DEI'P assassins? This is madness. Real madness. It's over for so many franchises. I wonder what it's going to look like years from now when we talk back about this time period. What are we going to say about it? How many franchises are going to fall when we start having this conversation?